The new teaser for the new Life is Strange game has come out and Chloe Price is back. Let's turn her into a doll. Okay, so this is what we're working with. I used a Venus base because she's got a very tall and slender build like Chloe's. I only had one arm though, so I did have to use a forearm from Laguna. I just chopped off the fin. I could have sanded down the scales to make it blend in a bit more, but I got impatient. And the face is Frankie Stein. And I'm going to have to do another paint job over it. Obviously, the spray paint chipped, but I wanted to just have like an even base to work on before trying to make a new skin tone. And here's some totally useless footage of me painting on the skin tone. I tried using the method where you just thin it down with water. I ended up not liking how the skin tone came out, so I peeled it off and tried again. So I just put another coat of spray paint on it and decided to just darken the features with doing some contour and stuff with the paint pens. And also, I found out that I'm apparently allergic to spray paint, which is great because that's basically how I've been doing a lot of my dolls, so I am going to have to get better at the hand painting technique. I actually have one more doll that I did spray paint when I did this one. So when you see my Valentine's video, if it actually comes out on Valentine's Day, you'll see that I have another doll sprayed with this paint. I did these at the same time, so I'm not lying when you see that doll. So don't call me a liar, please. Anyways, I started marking out her face with a light marker. I could be doing this with pencil, but I didn't because I don't know where a pencil sharpener is. So I've just been marking it with the lightest marker I can find, and if you see it in the end product, it kind of just looks more like, it blends in more with the skin, so it's not that big of an issue. I think I covered up most of it, but I went in, I tried to do a couple different blues in her eyes. I'm pretty sure this is the first human doll I've done in a while, so I wanted to keep the features more natural looking, so the eyes are a bit smaller than I usually do them, and I tried to add like some blush to the nose and the cheeks to give the skin more of a realistic look. So let's talk about the new game. I know a lot of people were disappointed with Double Exposure and its exclusion of Chloe, so I'm very interested to see how Reunion goes and see if they're fixing that or if this is just an attempt to kind of win the fandom back. Do you have any Life is Strange hot takes? Because mine is that I actually really enjoyed True Colors. I really related to Alex a lot as a protagonist and her struggles. And so I actually really enjoyed that one. That's probably the game I've most replayed, and I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for that. Another hot take, I really could not get myself to like Chloe until my second time playing the game because I felt like she was just very manipulative and mean, and she was. But I think being able to sympathize with her story a little bit more and understand more why she is the way she is, and I think that's the way it is with so many characters. It, like, obviously doesn't excuse anything that they did, because she obviously did some very problematic things. But I think just understanding where she was coming from and the fact that she was so young also is something that didn't quite clock with me for a while, and so I am able to empathize with her more. I am absolutely in love with her character design though. I love the tattoos and the blue hair and the whole punk aesthetic. It's really cool. And I also really love the way they designed her room. It felt very lived in, because I feel like in so many games or movies, rooms don't feel particularly lived in, because like they just have the set dressers come in and they're like, okay, here's room elements, but like there's mess, there's clutter, there's all this stuff, and I feel like that's really what makes a room feel lived in. And so it was really exciting getting to explore that in the game. I could go on and on about the different locations. I just love getting to explore like every little nook and cranny. That's another thing I really like about the games, because you learn so much through subtext too, of like just like things you see in the rooms, and you can just pick up all these like little like side details that really do often like change like the way you view the story, because you're getting to see so much insight into the other characters that you wouldn't know if you just played the game straight through and didn't do all the little extra exploring. Chloe's tattoo was a lot more detailed, but I chose to just go in and do blocking with the colors, since it is such a small scale and I didn't want it to look too busy. And so from a distance, it looks a lot more like her tattoo. Close up, obviously it doesn't, but I just wanted to get those basic colors in to kind of A, save me some time, and B, I knew I wouldn't be able to. There's my hand blocking the whole thing that's happening. I'm so sorry. But yeah, it's basically a bunch of like swirls and lines, because it's basically just like some butterflies, a skull, and like some leaves. I think there are a couple flowers in there too. So I basically just recreated those basic shapes and then sealed it off. After sealing in the face and the tattoo, I went in with a blue marker to paint over the scalp so I could begin the wig making process. I ended up taking some hair from Cleo de Nile and using that to make hair wefts. Here I am just covering up some of the purple and orange scratch marks on these Claude Wolf pants to make them blend in a little bit more. I didn't want to completely cover up the scratch marks, because you can see in the reference picture that she does have some like colorful patches, so I was okay with some of that being left in. I just wanted it to be more faded so it fit in with the look. Next, I finished up the accessories by painting silver and black bracelets and a necklace with some Monster High jewelry that I already had, and we're ready to see what she looks like all together. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it and you'll like and subscribe. I will see you in the next one, hopefully my Valentine's video. Bye!